Hello, students. You are welcome to our second lesson on strategic communication. Course number COM 404 704 and 904. I am your teacher, Udechi Chuku. And the topic of our lesson for today is practical steps to communicating strategically. At the end of this lesson, every student will be able to strategically communicate their messages with little or no communication resistance from their audience, and to be able to achieve their goals in every communication. After the terrorist attack on September 11, 2001, the world has been on alert, and communication codes are being created to systematically pass vital information across for the safety of the masses. Such code as, if you see something, say something. Apart from breathing, name any single thing that everybody does consciously or unconsciously almost all the time. Communication. That's correct. Believe it or not, everybody engages in some type of communication every day. It does not matter the kind of job that you do. A politician, a businessman or woman, a comedian, a teacher, or a preacher. Communication is your tool for success. Although people engage in communication all the time, they are not always strategic in their communication. To be strategic in your communication, you need a strategic process or planning. Strategic process will help you to overcome resistance in communication and to guide you towards achieving your goal, ensuring that your budget is properly utilized. There are 3 basic steps you need for your strategic process. 1, align. 2, create. And 3, engage. To align properly with your consumers or your customers or your audience, you must know your message, know your product. You must know how relevant your message, your product is to the consumer or to the audience. You must know what problem your message will solve for the people. And you must answer the question of, what do you want to achieve? What is your goal in this communication? What will it be your benefit? Your audience, your consumers will want to know the truth of what you are getting by selling the product, by communicating that message to them. Number 2, create. Find the best means of conveying your message to the people. In my case, as a teacher, teaching online through this video clip is my best way to teach you. There are other ways. However, the responses from students indicates that they are satisfied with this method. So, find the means that people love most to communicate to them. 3, engage. Engage your audience. That is to say, meet the people where they are. Know what is important to them. Know what they need. What do they care about? To be strategic in your communication, it means you must have a plan, have a purpose, and know your objectives. Decide what your objectives are. What do you want to communicate? What do you want to achieve? What is the purpose? To communicate strategically, you must define your objectives. In your objectives, you must be specific in your communication. Be straightforward. Be on point. Don't be all over the places. 2, your message, what you are communicating, must be measurable. It must be verifiable. It must be acceptable. It must be relevant to the people. It must be a need. What you are communicating must be realistic, which means it must be doable. It must be achievable. And that which you are communicating must be time sensitive. It must be something that happened in a space of time. And number 2, identify your target audience by defining who you want to reach with the message or with the product. 3, develop a creative message. In other words, use the right packaging for your message. You are looking for something inspiring, something motivating, something engaging and persuasive to be able to get some response and action from your audience or your consumers. 4, choose a means of communication for your product, for your message. Your means of communication will depend on who your audience are, the objective of your message, and 5, evaluation. Evaluation is important to decide how effective and how successful your communication are. Getting a feedback will help you to decide and determine how successful your communication can be or has been in the people's lives. Your assignment. Write 1 to 2 page paper explaining to your pastor on how to use strategic communication to get the attention of the youth in your community, or to get the church members to be consistent in paying their tithes. Your assignment is due Friday next week.